We left Clarence Town under great sailing conditions, and we headed towards Crooked and Acklins. We started our visit on the inside of the bay known as the Bight of Acklins. This is the Bight of Acklins. You can see, probably have to zoom in on this, but you can see the clear water is ideal for finding conch and seeing starfish, but it's not the only attraction in this part of Crooked and Acklins. There's also a ghost town, or a partial ghost town, known as Alberttown. We're on our way to Alberttown here on Long Cay, Fortune Key. Anyway, it's part of Crooked and Acklins. We understand that it's mostly a ghost town now, so maybe we'll run into somebody, maybe we won't. Alberttown. It doesn't look like it was ever a big settlement. There was a hurricane, Francis maybe, in 2015, which did a lot of damage here to Crooked and Acklins. And I think some of these settlements and communities just never recovered. Many of the structures in Alberttown are destroyed. There are some homes that are still in good shape. Most of these are boarded up. Almost every structure had a spigot in front of it, which seemed to have reverse osmosis fresh water. There's a constant hum from a diesel generator running, and if you follow that noise, you will eventually come to a shack where there is a pump running 24/7 making reverse osmosis water. So if the people ever come back to Alberttown, they'll have good water. After walking for a few hours, we finally ran into some residents. These goats. Eventually we did see a few people that live here, but there can't be more than 5. As we made our way back towards the salt pond, we stumbled upon the destroyed Anglican church. Unlike in many other places, this church lost more than its roof. The walls are crumbling as it succumbs to the relentless onslaught of hurricane after hurricane in the Bahamas. Though a dying community is disheartening, the dwindling population allows others to thrive. With fewer people on the island and this available salt pond behind Alberttown, the Caribbean flamingo can reestablish a foothold in this part of the Bahamas. We saw several hundred this day, and there are other salt ponds which probably house hundreds more. While it's not the 45,000 of Great Inagua, it's great to see flamingos returning to all areas. Alright, we moved up Crooked Island a bit, and now we are near Land Rail Settlement, I think is what it's called. So we're going to check it out here in a little bit. It's a beautiful bay. Nice, looks like good holding. There's a great lighthouse right past the boat Voyager. You can probably maybe make it out. And yeah, so we're here tonight. We're gonna go check out the little town here. There's not much there. I think there's a grocery store and a restaurant, and then we're gonna call it good for Crooked and Acklins and head out. So in almost all these little towns in the Bahamas, we rely on both aqua maps and active captain to figure out what is around here. You know, if there's a store, if the store has been closed, and it's crowdsourced, which is great, but you just never know when the last actual update was, and whether, well, you do know when the last update was, but whether the store is going to be there when you get there. So, you know, we're going to find out. Here we found the grocery. It's pretty well stocked. You know, for a very small town in the Bahamas, there's you know, a good selection of things in here, and you know, it's about the same prices as we find in Long or Cat. Cat's actually probably one of the more inexpensive islands we've been to. So we're at the lighthouse. While it's easy enough to get to Bird Lighthouse, it's very difficult to get up in it. The lower sections of the cast iron staircase have rusted away, and it makes it very dangerous to get any further than just the steps outside. But the bones of this unique lighthouse are still well worth exploring. And this lighthouse has a history and even some intrigue, where it is said that two of the keepers murdered each other and left one of their wives to tend the lights while she was pregnant. Unfortunately, we only had 3 days in Crooked and Acklins. Our cruising permit was coming to an end, and we had to get out of the Bahamas fairly quickly. Well, we're saying goodbye to Crooked and Acklins, and we really enjoyed our short stay here. I think we could spend almost a complete season in this area. It's beautiful. We only got to explore one of the lighthouses, the Bird Island or Bird Rock lighthouse, so we have more to explore here. Anyway, it's a beautiful place, great just kind of attitude of the locals, and it's well worth coming here.